Hey,
Yo,
you already know what time it is, man.
you feel?
Sugar Slim in the building, man. For all your beats inquiries, production, podcasts,
Shout out
commercials,
Sugar Slim. What up, baby?
holla at Sugar Slim. Instagram, Sugar Slim Beats. SUGASLIM Beats. Sugar Slim in the building. It's your boy P, man. Delete That podcast with my guy, dude. What
What
up,
up?
baby?
What up with it, baby? It's your boy, dude. You know what I'm talking about? Coming here to show y'all love, man. You know we gonna keep it 100 for y'all. Let the games begin. You feel me?
As we should. Yeah, man. Like we said, man, welcome to the Delete That podcast. It's your boy P and Do. We in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
2025. We just now getting back live. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Um, if you,
sir.
if you can, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and all that good stuff, man. I promise you, we will keep you entertained, man. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? What am
That
I here
part.
for? You feel?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
up with
yeah.
it, P, baby?
Delete That podcast, man. We're gonna hit you with a bunch of topics, man. Things that's going on throughout the day, the year, with the
Yes,
month,
sir.
whatever. It's hot. We got it. You feel me?
Get
So,
out here hot.
uh huh, uh huh,
Okay.
on fire, baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
Talk
understand
that
me?
shit then, P.
Let's get started, baby. All right. So, man, just to go today, man, we're gonna start off with the topic, man. Rags to riches, and if you don't know what that means,
Ooh.
rags to riches, it's basically saying like in the history of everything that's going on with the sports, athletes, and all that great stuff like that, man. Um, we live in an era where a lot of these athletes are making a lot of money right now. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And we live in a world where social media is taking over. So realistically, you know what I'm saying, you don't really have to leave the house and meet nobody. So a lot of these people are jumping in and out of what you call them? Uh message boxes or inboxes,
Inboxes,
DMs,
DMs,
whatever you want to call it,
low
whatever it is.
M's.
It's a sticky situation. DMs,
You
not BMs, too. You feel me?
delete that.
So you jump in the DM and hopefully you'll become a BM. And that's the
Yeah.
goal of some of these women that we saying that rags to riches. Because the reason we brought this topic up, man, is because we noticed that women never make men rich. It's always the men making the women rich. You see what I'm
Huh?
saying? And what I mean by that is,
Ooh. Yeah, elaborate, Pete. What you mean?
yeah. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna yeah. We'll delete that. I'm gonna jump into this right quick, and I ain't scared. I ain't scared of you or you. Yeah.
Ooh.
I've been seeing stuff on the internet, and
I
recently,
beg to differ. I beg to differ. Go
what
ahead.
what you mean, man? You beg to differ with
I mean,
me?
I'm just listening to hear you out right now, but I'm gonna go
Okay,
ahead on and
so
you know what I mean and listen to what you got to say about it. You know what I'm
all
talking about?
right, so I'm gonna give you some examples, so you kind of understand what I'm saying. So, in the history of what I've known for women to actually put men on,
Yeah.
it's only been three women that actually put men on.
You think it's just street?
I'm gonna tell you about three I know.
Okay.
You tell
Okay.
me if I know.
But
So,
you know, it's sort of like that ice cream thing when they say chocolate, vanilla, chocolate is better than vanilla. Is this an opinion or a fact, Pete?
man, I can tell you right now, you can Google what I'm about to say, and it's
Uh-oh,
gonna be
hold on.
on there. And I'm gonna say this: challenge yourself to let me know if this is what if I'm tripping or not. And you can get
Right?
in these comments, and I promise you, leave a comment, drop a line, we'll get back to you. If not, we can have you on the show. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the first one do I do know of is Oprah and Stedman. Am I lying? Been hooked up
Oh,
since 1986. He never got together to say, "Hey, let's get married." Oprah had a little bit. Stedman had some money, but Oprah had that money on. You feel me? She had the money to get him in the position. He never married Oprah since 1986. This lady is still in the market. She ain't looking for nobody else. She ain't found nobody else. She got Stedman. That's number one. Number two, Kevin Federline. If I'm lying, I ain't trying. Check this out. Kevin Federline got married to a singer. They got divorced, and that boy hit that button Next thing you know, she ended up paying him a lot of money. And number three would be, let me see, we got K Fed, we got Oprah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige, ex-husband was her manager. She got divorced from him. He divorced her. However it went, it ain't working no more. I don't know if it was the oily Diddy situation. Delete that. You know what I mean?
Delete
Or
that.
delete that. I mean, so it's like, I don't know
Let's
what type
keep
of
Diddy up out of here, man. Diddy got enough stuff going on,
yeah, we're
man.
gonna delete that. We're gonna
And,
delete that. Let's go
and the
ahead and get back.
oil, you know what I mean? Just the oil alone make me feel a little slippery, you know what I mean? Down a
Delete
slippery
that.
slope. And I don't want, you know what I mean? Because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know the, we don't know the details in full. There's a lot of speculation around Diddy, man. And, you know what I mean? You know, power to the brother as he go through his situation, man. I wish the best for him. But yeah, Pete, delete that,
Well, I'm gonna say
please.
Mary J. Blige's husband used to be her manager. They got divorced. She ended up paying his kids for his kids, not the biological children. These are the stepchildren that he brought into the relationship. He ended up paying. So, with that being said, she ended up paying. That being said, that's the only three people I know of. If you know anybody else, you let me know. But as far as this athlete thing, the athletes going, they tend to make these women rich or they come into money. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you got people like, I want to say, potentially could be Travis Hunter, you know what I'm saying, getting into trouble behind some of this stuff. No prenups, coming into the game, and whether she's side chick, main chick, almost his chick, whatever the chick may be, they flying in, they doing whatever it is, but it's not many fellas, unless you on a lower level. And what I mean by that, they're not a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Baby getting some great food stamps. You know what I'm saying? And the little dude needs to come in and eat up all your baby snacks. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go smoke a backwood, eat
Right,
up all
right,
your baby snacks. That's the only case I hear this. You know what I'm saying? She
right.
might take your car into where you can't get to work, or you got to come pick you up. You know, a real baby boy situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, dude, what do you have to say about this, man? Can you elaborate on it?
But
Did I prove myself or what?
no, Pete, I can't agree with that. Delete that.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's why. There's many other women, man, that play quietly behind the scene and play a role in the husband's success, man. You know, there's several other people, man. Amazon, you know what I mean? When you think about that, right? Amazon, you know, wife's the guy that pushed that. His wife, Mackenzie Scott. You know what I mean? Formerly Benzos, who was instrumental in the growth of Amazon, right? So you have people like them, Anita Abani, you know what I mean, who actively supported a self-made billionaire who co-founded a successful roofing supply company, right, with her late husband. However, you know, stuff like that happens and is quietly done, right, because we expect the man to be the breadwinner, as is, you know, in some religions and books and Bibles and biblically, that it's supposed to be like that, right?
Okay.
And it's so common for it, right? And women years ago fought for equal rights and considered equal. You know what I mean? So you know you have those situations, right? And then you have the women that then outshine their rich husbands, right? And became more famous than them, that became the more breadwinner.
Give me an
Now,
example of that one. Right there. Right there. Delete that.
what
Give me an
the,
example of
the 15 outstanding women that
no, just give me
surpassed?
one. I ain't asking for the 15. You give me one example of
Hey,
one woman that ever came into the business and said, you know what, I got you. We're gonna build this thing together and you know what I mean, I'm gonna take over and we're gonna make some more money too. Give me that example.
wait. You want the example? Uh, so we're going different then. So you want the example of the woman that came in with the bread and didn't need the husband, but the husband helped her.
No, you give me the example of the woman that either one that came in and said, you know what, I'm gonna help this dude. Come on, we're gonna make this together and we're gonna grow. Because right
I
now
can
I'm
say
only
Angelina, Jolie. I mean, and yeah, she was successful already,
And her husband was too, though,
right?
right?
So that's what I'm saying. So
Delete
you
that.
said somebody
Hey,
that came and brought the bread
delete,
to the table.
delete that. I'm talking about from the scratch, the bottom. Y'all I'm talking about y'all sleep on air mattresses. It's cold in the crib. Y'all walk in.
I
Y'all
gave
catch
you
the
those
RTD.
examples previously, right? When I
Hmm.
told you about Amazon and I told you about uh, Anita Abani, right? So those people was already breadwinners. One of them was already successful from her previous husband,
Okay.
right? And the new husband, you know what I mean? Her
Benefit.
finances help the resources.
Well,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna ask you
Let's
this.
go. Let's go a little deeper.
Delete that deeper. But can I
Yeah,
ask you a question? One
let's go
question.
to England.
Check this out. Check this out.
Queen
What race were
Elizabeth,
they do?
huh?
What race were they?
What race were they? So now we going a little different, right? In the topic.
Oh,
So
oh,
we speak about ethnic background and saying
okay.
what. So now that then now that changes the discussion of the
No, it doesn't.
conversation,
Because initially, when we came in asking the question, remember it was athletes. Most of your athletes are what? Athletes are what?
right?
Eh,
Well, well. You can say in some sports, right? So the sports vary. So if we're talking football, we're talking basketball, with football, it may be like a 65-35 ratio, with 35 being made up of different background, ethnic backgrounds. Basketball, and you saying, during Jordan era, it might have was 30% African Americans there, and then after his era, it became to where it's 70% African Americans or somewhere
okay.
around there, right? So it depends on the sport and the athlete in the sport. So you know what I mean? Because you got to think about golf, you got to think about tennis, you got to think about soccer, you got to think about all these many sports, right?
Hmm.
So I can't, if I just say athletes, then I may be, you know what I mean? I'm shortening and broadening of that conversation. You know what I'm talking about? So that's why I'm speaking on more of a situation where you have to broaden the topic to where there are some financially set women, man, that actually when you if we go let's go a little deeper. Let's say let's get off of athletes. Let's say we're talking about, since we're using, let's use the black culture, right? Especially in my city, I've
Okay.
seen a lot and witnessed a lot. And in California, I see it more than I see it in my city. I've watched women be the breadwinners, why the men sit at home. You know what I'm saying? Like the woman is going to work every day and busting up butt, and we see it, right?
Yeah.
So, and not we ain't talking about like the man has a condition and this and that. Yeah, that's understanding why he's at home. But we're just talking about. I know some people, and ran across some people that the woman is naturally the breadwinner in the household, and
Well,
she's putting the dude on. He's waiting on our income tax. We all been in the hood
well,
before,
dude,
so we waiting on
that's
it.
what I would consider that lower level, eating all the baby snacks because he taking the
Right,
money and doing that's
right,
that lower level. You know what I mean?
right,
That's a balance. We both still
right,
want to struggle. I'm talking
right.
about
But if you, but no, but if you say where you're going to athlete, then we're saying we know the athlete came in already with the success, and the woman tagged along. Now, vice versa, there are women athletes that's professional that's making money. So
oh,
we
I'm glad you
out
said that.
the.
Now, how many of them women athletes are bringing in dudes and we see them
I
on?
would say at least 50%, if not more.
Can you name one off that 50%?
That's bringing in a guy.
That's because that's been a new thing. They said women athletes are flying dudes out. They getting what they
Yes,
call flew
yes,
out,
yes,
flown out,
yes,
whatever the
yes,
term is for these.
yes,
But what I'm
yes.
saying is, it's
So,
not
so, so,
publicized as much.
so, how famous would you consider Candace Parker husband?
Candace Parker, how famous?
Yeah.
Um, I would say average.
Okay, that's one. Let's go a little deeper.
But she's a
let's talk about Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, that's the baby girl from LSU.
Yes,
Okay, what
where
about
she's, you know what I mean, she's very attractive. She, you know
it?
what I mean, but her qualities and what she's looking for, like she says, she want a guy tall as her, taller than her. You don't want
Well,
a
hold
guy.
on, hold on. Let me tell you
So,
something, Angel.
but
Look,
this one
Angel Reese. Let me tell you something. I climb up trees, knock down leaves, Angel. Let me tell you something. You can. We all the same size when we lay down. You can take that tall as you think out. Yeah, I'm 5'7", but I promise you. I bet I got carried away.
hey,
Um,
you went deep with that one. You went deep with that one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's another one, right? And
Hmm.
you're looking at the WNBA where there are a lot of successful women, right? So, and inside that, though, all of those, I can't. We can, let's just speak up on the women that's successful, like the ones we named. That those you haven't seen none of them come in the building with a guy that was famous already
Hmm.
that you know of. So there are success there, and they are bringing in. You know what I mean? They're being the breadwinner where they are bringing in. You know what I mean? The most, and they are. So it's more than the three. But what we're not focusing on in the are they making the same money as an NBA player? No, they are not, right? But from rags to riches, when we talk about from rags to riches, there are a lot of there are some people in the professional realm where I think it happens more than often. I mean, more so than not. So
And who are those people that's more so than not do?
they're quiet. Like I told you,
No,
the
it's gonna be
WNBA
African
players.
American men.
You look at the soccer, the women's soccer team. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're successful. The U.S. the Olympic women swim meets. You know, those people are getting these NILs and they're making their money and they're getting their ways in. So there are some people that
Hmm.
when we that's why I said if we compared it or we going factual or opinionated, it's more opinionated. In fact, because it's hard to censor it, right? Because people keep that part private, right? And you as man, you have to think what you want your wife or your woman going public and saying that, oh man, yeah, my wife pay all the bills. Like she make all the money, and everybody in the world gonna be looking at you like,
Yeah, yeah.
wait,
No,
what?
most people call that pimping. I don't know. You got to
Right, right,
depends on who
right,
you asking.
right.
Don't ask
Pimping,
me that.
they call it pimping, and some people call it deadbeat. You know what I mean? You ain't got yourself that there,
But
girl. You know
this
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying though, dude. How many people on average? Okay, so like the TV show with Flavor Flav, he took
Right.
20, 30 women,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a rapper. He wasn't even one of those dudes that was just that dude. That dude. He's known. He done did his thing. But
Right.
Flavor Flav. Now you ask the average woman, when they date Flavor Flav, first thing they gonna do is, oh damn it, that was a roach. That's what they gonna do. But then you put some cameras in their face. What they gonna do?
Right.
You put hoops. You got delicious. You had all these women that have climbed they became successful in their own way after that show. There's
Bro.
no shows that's put together. It's always now. Is this something that's just in our community? You know what I mean?
Right.
That dude, the dude from the Red Commanders, excuse me, the guy from the Commanders,
Mm-hmm.
asked his wife that he got engaged to a white chick, right? Caucasian lady,
Right.
right there in the game. Man, internet blew up about how, and it was a lot of sisters, you know, and I love my sisters. Trust me, I love it. I love my sisters. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they was on there bashing, like, oh, he had a girl last month, and he last year he did this, that, and that, and that. But guess what? If
Right.
it was one of them, it'd be like, oh, that was cute. Or, oh, that was so nice.
Right.
And
Right.
all that.
Right.
She done made it. You know what I'm saying? Not his mama. And look at all the draft. You see all the women that the moms are knocking the women. That's no
Right.
matter what race she is. Like, hey, chill out. You know, watch out. This is his moment. They know that this kid has a ticket. They
Right.
know that he's promising future. You know what I'm saying? And the family is there, first round draft pick, second round draft, whatever the case may be, supporting this guy in his new venture. He's
Right.
looking at a price tag. I'd have been in the club and been around my fellow friends
Right.
and athletes, and the girls are coming to the club like, oh yeah, you make X amount of dollars before they got there,
Right.
and you play this position. They got the whole. It's all on Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's an
Right.
unfair
Right.
advantage.
Right. So here's the deal. When we're talking about this, because we ain't got much longer on this topic,
Gotcha.
but when we're talking about these women, man, there are some, man. If we go down the list, right? Say we go down the list, oh, we use fours, or we go here. There's so many more, man, to bounce off of. Like you got Judy Love. Let's talk Judy Love. Judy Love is one of the wealthiest women in the world, right?
Hmm.
Her Judy Love, they had Judy Love helped her husband, man. You had Woo Young Jun and you had these names, man. You have one that's let's talk about Myers, right? Frisco, I hate to mess up a name. Friscosi Benacourt Myers, right? She got the middle name of a kid that I coached with that same last name, right? But let's talk about her net worth, bro, is 99.5 billion.
Okay.
Would you call that successful?
Uh,
I said 99.5 billion is not a hesitation question.
yeah, I give her a little. I give her a little props too on that.
Oh man,
No,
you're
I'm saying
such a
I
male
give her
trophy.
I give her her credit. I give her her credit. I ain't gonna lie. It's just that 99 billion. I was like, dang,
Right.
99
But
problems, but
you
one.
have women like that, Alice Walton, man, one of the other richest women in the world, man. Her net worth like 72, 71, 72 something billion. 72, I think it was 72.3 billion, right? So you have these women, Julie Koch and family, you know what I mean? So her 64.3. You got a Jacqueline Morris, her's 38.5 billion. Then Mackenzie Scott comes back up, right? Yeah, her net worth 38.5. So these women are financially set. So whatever man comes along, how do you gauge that? Which causes us to go in our next segment, right? With you know this situation of the next segment, you know what I'm talking about? That happens where we go from right to which and just talk about relationships, right?
Hmm.
Let's talk about relationships. You know what I mean? So when we go into that the relationships, what can cause a relationship to stay or last in 2025, right? Is it the wealth? You know what I mean? Is it financial stability?
Hmm.
Is which is basically wealth, but is it the conversation? Is it the man side? Or is it the woman side? Let now we're getting deeper in the segment to where you say that does money has something to do with the success of a relationship? Because we could talk about like Lisa that went over and had this prince on the island. Now they're no longer together, and she was successful, but he was more rich. He had more wealth, and it didn't last, right?
Hmm.
So you have situations like that, and now what is the glue to keep relationships together? It's not riches, it's not wealth, right?
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
where
I
I
would say in
think,
some cases, it depends on, not for the most part. If they're intentionally going in for that, then yeah, you'll have a situation where if you're not doing good, then she gonna leave for your money. You know what I mean? But the genuine marriages, I believe they're not based solely on money.
right,
Okay?
right. So, and I look at, my thing is how can a relationship be successful in 2025? I know the keys to any type of relationship, business ship, ownership. I tell this the same thing as I coach kids, man. I tell them the key to getting to championships, man, and winning games and being successful is communication, right?
Hmm.
We understand it's our number one line of offense to make a successful relationship. Communication, right? After we have that established with communication, then there's accountability. Then there's, I would say, a form of affection, not a form, but a lot of affection, right? And
Hmm.
it's not just sexually, but it's just the affection that we give that. Because from a man that was raised and loved his mom, and he's a mom, you consider him a mama's boy only because of the affection that he received from his mom, and he hold his mom in his highest standard because of the affection and the love she showed him. Had nothing to do with sex, but it was just the action part of it, right? The affection, the action part of it, right? So now we understand that we didn't conquer communication, right?
Yeah.
Affection, right? We need those two. Those are the top two priorities, right? Now here comes the stability side of it. I would say come next, right? Because now, how do we survive? We can't live off love. So the stability, yes, has to be there financially on somebody's part, but really on the man's side, that it keeps that relationship healthy because we want the woman. We say, well, I want my woman to be submissive, and she's so rebellious. She because she's finding herself equally, and you're not doing the role that maybe playing the role you should play by saying, let me take care of the welfare of things, and she'll understand how valuable I am, right?
Okay.
Right? So valuable becomes a part inside of a successful relationship. How to keep that? You have to remain valuable, right? Whether that's your health, the condition of your body, to make that man look at you the same way he looked at you when you kept yourself up. You can't get comfortable. Vice versa. It's the same thing for the man. It's you can't. Oh, I came in as Hella Belafonte. You know what I mean? Let's get a little deeper. You know what I mean? I came in with the
Delete
wavy hair and it was curly, and I came in looking like that guy. You know what I'm saying? And you say, "Well, damn, what happened? We didn't got together. He ain't the same. Was
that.
he a? Was it a facade?"
Okay, well then, can you say, okay, so the first marriage typically is 40% ends in divorce. Later on, it lasts a little bit longer. You know what I mean? 65% of those marriages last longer, right? So
Right.
can you say that people are in the beginning making bad decisions and judging that the wrong way after they done kind of figured it out? Because me personally,
No,
I done been through that situation and it didn't work out too
I,
well.
I
And
think I think my thoughts is I think this, and we're gonna get back into, like you say, your situation. Every situation is different, but what I think is sometimes people go in with the wrong mindset and the wrong motives, and they put set
true,
standards,
true.
and they'll say that this is the type of woman I'm looking. We didn't heard many people talk about it, but this is the type of woman I'm looking for, and I'm like, are you meeting that woman where you want her to be at? Or is that woman meeting that man where she want him to be at,
Ah, good
right?
question. Good question.
So
So it goes back to that thing, to saying that this men are meeting women that have they're more established, right? So when they meet these women, they don't know she might be sleeping on her homegirl couch, or she could be having her own house, whatever it is.
right.
And we're elevating them to a higher position, you know what I mean,
So
or a better life,
so
right? I
so
want
I can
that
tell you why.
Florida and James Evan type love. I mean, we
Right.
can live in the
But
ghetto and I still love you. You know what I'm saying?
here's why though, Pete. Look. Here's why.
Casanova the
Here's
ghetto.
why.
My bad. Go ahead.
You gotta think of this though, right? The only way that happens is because of speed, unpatient, and unresourceful, and not doing your due diligence, right? If you go
Mhm.
back to the 50s, the 60s, and way before that, people was courting people and going out for a period of time before they constant, you know what I mean? They came together and they laid with one another, they learned one another, they enjoyed one another, embraced one another, knowing who you are sleeping with, right?
Okay.
How do you go into a relationship and get that deep and you don't know she's sleeping on her friend couch? See what I'm
Good
saying?
question.
So you have those quick relationships that start off, and that's why they don't last. So when they get a percentage of marriages that fail, how many of those marriages you saying that this girl was with me from day one when I ain't have nothing?
Nothing. Okay.
LeBron James, use him as an example, right? Still got the same girl. You know, I got a lot of respect for LeBron James. You know what I mean? I'm one of his biggest fans, right?
Okay.
And you know that.
I got an answer for. I got a question for that, but go ahead.
But that guy, when you use this guy and saying what has caused his relationship inside of the fame as being the breadwinner, inside of the fame where he often referenced to his wife and saying, had she not been with him, had she not been a support system, he wouldn't be where he's at right now.
Okay.
Because it comes with a lot of sacrifice. Success, you have to sacrifice. I had a conversation with my brother, man, and we was talking about the same thing, right? And we was talking about success and the sacrifices one must make to become successful. And sometimes that's called sacrificing family, sacrificing some things that you miss trips or you miss vacations, you miss family functions, you miss this, you miss your kids, that because something took priority over it. Did it mean I didn't love you? No, it didn't mean it. It's just that I was on a mission, and I knew that I needed to secure our future. So it comes with some sacrifice, right? But using LeBron, like he spoke, like his wife had to make sacrifice to understand that my husband gonna be on the road a lot. Either I travel with him, or I stay at home and allow him to be enticed by the, hey man, I'm at the games with my husband. But then it became the where I ain't gotta make every game. I'm gonna be at the home game.
Okay. Now
You know?
you know LeBron. You've been
Right,
following him. I know you're a fan of LeBron. You've been doing your thing. I've witnessed it myself. Two things. Well, three things. She been with him from the beginning, right?
right,
Good times, bad time. It wasn't like he had a contract. She got in the game.
right,
Second of all, that old school love we was talking about as far as courting women and finding out if she's on the at her homegirl couches and all that, social
right,
media has taken that all out of that. A woman can put a background up, or a man can put a background up, and it looks like they're doing something that they're not. So nine
right,
times out of ten, you're not coming to the house because you back in that situation I was saying, DMs. You see what I'm saying? Somebody that hopped in your
right.
DM and they sending a message, and then you meeting out and doing all this type of stuff, and it's not going to be as genuine as it was if you was knocking at that door. You had to go like old school, go knock on
Right,
that door, and the daddy answer the
right,
door, and you got to come outside and you had to go in there and meet the parents, sit down, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
LeBron had been with this chick before it was cracking, so it looks like whether he was gonna make it or not, he was gonna be with this chick because he had her before his contract.
Well, he had it before the contract, but he was always cracking because, like I said, before he graduated high school, he was driving a Hummer.
Okay,
They tried to punish him
for his mother, right?
NCAA thinking he was going to college and he ain't go nowhere near college. So like
he,
they knew he
he
was gonna
passed
be
by. What is it? He drive down the street, look at
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
this is the thing about it though.
They say, "Oh, you gonna beat delete that. I ain't even
Delete
coming
that.
there,
I ain't
man.
coming. No,
I'm bigger than that.
it's
You
out the
can't,
door.
you
You know what I
can't."
mean?
And that's another topic for another day.
And
Just the
he's been
control of
successful. He didn't
athletes.
have no nothing, no blemishes on his record, and I commend that. You know what I'm saying? But it started from down there, and I really think that if the money was gone, she gonna be there. She's gonna be one of the few that's gonna be there. But let's talk about, and I not
So,
trying to.
what do you think? Just how to be successful in 2025? What
I think
do you think it's no success there? Or you think it's
I ain't gonna say no success. You know what I mean? What I'm gonna say is has to be genuine. You feel me? So you have
oh,
to.
definitely,
I think
definitely.
nowadays you really gotta go date and really see what's up. You know what I mean?
You not you nowadays. You got to get back to the way things was.
Used to be, yeah.
See, we like to evolve, right? People use the word, "Oh, you got to evolve. You got to evolve. You have to transform. You have to grow. You have to come out of where you are," and that's how we get to where we at right now, right?
Yeah.
Because people use terms and use words such as these things and say what we have to do, but the problem becomes when we put that we 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 put that rush on things, P, and we put that pressure on individuals, right? and it didn't come out the mud, right? Just like Drake. Drake, shout out to Drake, man. Drake said, "You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Where was you at when I ain't have nothing? Well, you don't people. I watch guys, right? I even have family members. I got some people that I know personally that look for status, right?
Mm.
What you're looking for may not be in that status because that woman has already found her independence, and she's not willing to sacrifice that to become submissive at times because she could count on her own. She done made her own, right? So now you have two heteros inside the same household.
Okay.
So it don't last because we're too much of the same, and we don't nobody want to give. We just want to take, right? It's a give and take thing, right? To become successful. Now that submissive side will be respected because of what the man does to make them become submissive, because she's saying, I can count on him. He always show up. He haven't let me down.
Okay.
I don't want to lose him to someone else because I count on him. He keeps our family whole, right? He keeps, and there's guys that go out and bust their butts, man, and and all the eyes is on their woman and their wife, and they go out and do everything. Now, are there guys that put so much in time and work to take care of their family, and their women become lonely at home and start to divil out and find some other things? Yes, I didn't seen it. I done actually
Yeah.
partook in, like not intentionally, but I eventually found out you got an old man, and you know what I mean. Now you
You
caught
over in
up with me.
Iraq
You don't. You know what
fighting
I'm saying? You know what? Yeah,
IEDs and bombs and road bombs and clearing homes, and you out there letting somebody in the home. Crazy.
right,
Delete
right.
that.
You know what I mean? Why he digging trenches and laying pipe. Somebody in the trenches and laying pipe.
Delete
Delete
that.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't
That's what I'm
working.
saying.
Well,
So it happens, you
it
know.
does. And
So,
and
but the
go ahead.
success of it is where, you know what I mean. I think that, like I told you, my view on the success of it is communication, accountability, and stability. You know what I mean? Those three things keep you engrafted. Now, the one thing that will keep you going and sound is your higher power. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So now, if your higher power is not the same as my higher power, then maybe, or his higher power, maybe you guys are unequally yoked,
Yeah, I'm equally yoked.
right?
Exactly.
So that's the glue that's going to keep it all together. Now, after you have the communication, the accountability, and the stability, you need the overall strength that keeps all of that glued together, right? So when we talk about a threefold card, it's not easily broken. Then we understand what keeps it together. You know what I'm talking about? So you have those situations, man. You know what I mean? Peace. So that's where I'm at with that, bro.
That's a good point, man. I like that, and I do agree with that. Especially the higher power holding everything together, man. You got to keep God first, family second, and it'll
Right.
definitely work out. You know what I'm saying? Um, if we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic, man. We're running short on time. Dude,
Yeah.
this is something that's going on right now, and I'm gonna say, man. I always said, perverts or prostitutes. I'm gonna let you start off with that one, cause
Right. Right. Right.
you know what I'm saying.
And that's it gets deep, right? We have situation we have right now, what we have going on in society, man, and it sells, right? People tell you all the time, even in business, and especially the food business, bar business, and sex sell, right? And
It depends on
there
who's
was there was a form of sex that sells, and now it has gotten outrageous. Hooters used to Hooters get their girls to dress a certain way, right? You had high shorts, the boobs out, like, you know what I mean, sex sales, right? Just they have
buying.
people come sit in because they're watching the girl and they're gonna keep eating and buying. It's ploys, we understand, right? But what's going on now, especially in our music industry, man, is causing uh widespread of prostitute over pervert. Where I'm going with that, I look at the music industry right now. All our women rappers, man. You have Glow, you have
I love me
Meg,
some glue.
you have Sexy Red, you have basically every woman that has a sex appeal are barely dressed, right? Now, here we hold the athlete responsible, even though we know it's two different capacities, but that athlete, he's got to watch what he say, he got to watch how he dress, he got to show up a certain way, he got to carry himself a certain way,
Yeah,
consequences. The music industry is not the same, and we understand that, right?
that's
It's just
hip
an
hop. Yeah,
individual, it's
hip
not
hop.
a team, it's an individual, right? And it's hip hop. But they're not just hip hop, but R&B and you know what I mean. Some country that if you're looking at their the asses are out. They barely got clothes. Their titty nipples are showing through the shirt and they all on the heart.
The boy said
And
titty nipple.
yeah, right. So, but we see this, Pete, and what happens is it influences our younger generations to make them say that's normal,
Yeah,
that's okay, right? Even in the school systems, you see it. Girls come to school with shorts all up their crack, cheeks sticking, hanging out, and blah blah blah. And you have men that's falling for it, and they're getting accused as perverts.
yeah, that's wild
Oh,
because I have
that's a child, and that's a student, and that's a dressed like a prostitute,
yeah,
a
and in
slut,
public,
or
I had
what
a,
most used to call back in the days a whore.
and that's crazy because there was a high school out here near where I'm at in Frisco, Texas. They changed principals. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And the principal set a new rule that the girls could not wear T-shirts that didn't look like they had that was long, that didn't look like they didn't have anything up under it. You know what I mean? And
right,
it became a trend out here.
right,
So it can be cold outside, hot outside. They're wearing the sweaters, the t-shirts, and it doesn't look like they have anything up under it. So
right,
naturally, you're gonna be looking like, is she naked? Like, what she got on? And I
right,
have daughters, you know what I mean? So I'm looking like I never let my daughter wear nothing like this outside. Like, and I'm looking at the parent like, why you don't have her put something on, or
right,
these children put something on? It's gonna prevent the perverts. It's gonna prevent um well, I ain't gonna say prevent it, but it's gonna make it minimal. You know what I mean? That
right,
he's not looking at her in that nature. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Why would you want to have it to where it looks like it's invisible under your shirts? And maybe if he's not a pervert, he's looking just to see is she naked or what she have up under there. You know what I'm
right.
saying? They
But not just that. Sometimes people are looking in shock, like, "Did
I
you see
can't
what she
believe it.
just had on?"
Yeah.
Like, I do it a lot, right? And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" There's no way that
No way.
I'm gonna allow my kid to go out the house a certain way. Right now, here's the key in that though: does parents actually allow their kids to go out like that? Some of them sneak go dress one way and then change once they get from around the parent. So the parent never saw what they had on all day, and when they came home, they put their regular clothes back on. But my thing is for the parents that does it, that does it, does it. I meant to say that those parents, you look at their dressing, they want the kid to dress just like them, and they're raising them fast and this and that. They have a baby fast, like so you're setting them up for failure. But back to the music industry, they're allowing you to promote this, and most of the rural and less and poverty stricken area in the hood, they want to make it out so much, and they want to be like, and they want to dress like these rappers and dress like these athletes. They dress the same way, man. So to be smart, like we go back and we look at MC Light, Queen Latifah,
Yeah.
Salt and Pepper, and the list goes on, man. When we talk about hip hop, right?
Yeah.
You know you had so many Roxanne Shante, you had so many artists that was artists of hip hop and didn't have to downgrade themselves or expose themselves or degrade themselves by the way they dress. Yes, as a man, hey man, like okay, you are sexy, you look good, woo, woo, but I can see that with your clothes on. I see something I want more to make a wife when I see you carry yourself a certain
A
way.
certain way.
But if I see you carry yourself like that, I'm thinking about I'm a quick nut.
And I'm
Let me
out.
get in and get out right quick. Ooh, I can see me knocking hard. Ooh, 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 she dressing for me to want her.
She's
In a
sending that
smart
signal,
book,
right?
yes, you sending signals. In a
So,
smart book I
dude,
read, people,
hold
huh?
on, not to cut you off. A lot of people want to blame it on the record industry, the music industry, or the record exec. How do you think about that? Is that could that be logical? Do they have a say so saying when this girl is leaving out for her video shoot? By the way, that's not a
Of
skimpy enough.
course,
Put something else a little bit more skimpy
of
on.
course, of course.
But a lot of
But
them are more independent nowadays, though.
yes, of course. But here's the difference. What do you stand for? Are you willing to sell out or stand on what you believe in? People want to be famous so bad that they'll do anything for
Anything.
clout,
Right. Yeah.
right? And that's what hurts us moving forward. We willing to do anything for clout, right? Well, are we gonna talk about it? Are we gonna keep it real? Are we gonna be the ones to set the tone? Can we be the ones to make the change? Why so many people are scared to stand up and say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that role. Bernie Mac, they had the show. They were showing Bernie Mac,
Oh,
and there was an episode. I mean, there was a shooting where the director,
I
or
saw
whatever, the
that.
producer was trying to get the kid to sit on his lap, and no, no, what are you doing? What you got to do? Oh, well, come on this side then, and this one. Oh, we gonna need him to sit on your. Nah,
Bernie said
nah,
no. Nah,
nah. We don't need to do it. Why we? Why he need to sit on my lap? It ain't my kid. That don't feel right. We ain't doing that.
none of
You
that.
know
And
what I
why would
mean?
you have the boy sitting on his lap and you had the girls there? No one, if that's not their dad or nothing like that,
Right,
nobody
right,
should be touching nobody lap. I'm gonna tell you
right,
right now, my daughter better not be nearing somebody
right,
kneecap or jeans or something like that. We're gonna have some
right.
major. You
You
know what
know what I think has been the biggest thing to cause people to fall for the lap trick? Christmas and Santa Claus. We used to just give our
He was
kids,
a pervert
not me,
too.
but we gave our kids to sit on Santa lap. Here you go. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
made your kid think that that was okay
cool. Yeah,
to sit on a straight stranger lap. So it's so many things that has broken the trajectory of things for households, man. And we're wondering why there's so much failure, so much chaos, so much depression in the world and the stuff we go through, man. But we ain't gonna harp on it too much longer. But what I'm saying is the man is not the pervert when you dress like a prostitute. You're telling him to look at you.
sending the wrong signal.
You sending signals. I don't give a
Yeah,
damn if you're 13 and you dress like that. It's gonna make a man look at you, and whether he a pervert or not. Like he gonna look at you in disgust. He gonna look at you in disappointment. He gonna look at you in frustration. He gonna look at you as a sex symbol. He gonna look at you.
yeah.
So you can't determine what he's looking at, right? Here's one quick one. I watch women make a frowning face. I didn't saw it happen while guys are looking. They got tights on and it's cutting their coochie up and their print is showing their
Moose knuckles.
like Glow say her moose nut or gorilla, you know what I mean, a
Yeah.
monkey, so you have people looking, and then when they're standing down there looking at it, you, ooh, pervert,
Oh, what
no,
you
ooh,
looking
prostitute. Yes, I see a freak. I don't know what you want. What you want me to do?
at? Okay, check this out. What they say. What do you say about when they say, "Well, I'm a female and I can wear whatever I want."
You can, but it's places for you to wear that. You at the swimming pool, you swimming, of course it should be cutting you because you just got out the water,
Hmm.
right? He shouldn't be, you know what I mean? But again, you in a bathing suit. It's not covered up, right? You have some religion that tell their women they have to cover up, not show their shape before them, so a man can't lust after you.
After
You
you, right?
don't know what's behind those garments.
Okay, real quick. What about the women that's out there that are married or in a relationship and they say, "Well, does your man should your man trip if you wear that out, or is he jealous?" So they try to put it back on us as if the man is tripping if your girl come out like that and she's in public view. What do you think about that? Because ain't none of mine.
That mean
Unless it's in
that
the
man,
privacy of a private area,
right,
I
right,
don't even want that attention. When I first
right,
came to Dallas, Texas,
right,
man, it was this chick that I was messing with. She was older than me. I'm in high school. I'm graduating high school, and she like 27 years old. So she go to Lakeside, the club, and it's Christmas. One of them
Right.
had a green see-through fishnet. The other one had a red one. The other had
Right.
a white one. And I'm walking through, and I'm like probably like 18, probably about to turn 18. She's 20-something years old, bro.
Right.
She walking through the club, dude's grabbing on her, put touching this, and now I'm looking like, wait a minute, hold up, that's too much attention for me. For the
Right.
simple
Right.
fact, I
It
can't
puts you in a
protect.
situation.
It's put me in the situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And now I don't know if this is what y'all do out here in D-Town or what. And this is back in
Yeah.
like 93, 94. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know what's really cracking. So I'm
Right.
like, well, what's really happening? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what do you say about the women, real quick? I know we got a little time left to talk about this, but the women that put their men in positions to even have them doing that, and then they want to look at them like, oh, you insecure. Crazy.
Right.
Delete that.
Right. Right. It's not about insecure. It's about the respect of the man. When respect leaves the household, it's something that won't last, man. Respect has to be the top priority. Who are you trying to
Right.
please? The
Exactly.
public
Or your
or
man.
your husband? The public or your wife? It's no different than a man. Like, well, a man walk around with his shirt off after working out and he walking. You're absolutely right.
That's because
Right.
we don't have titty nipples. No, I'm just
Right. But we have no right. But I like my wife get mad. You know what I mean? When if I outside without my shirt on, and I'm like, you got.
Mhm.
But and it's just me just working or something. I get sweating. But at the same time, it's body showing, right? So at the same token, you gotta realize they gonna have women that lust after that and see, oh, if you got a six
Man,
pack, oh, he got look at
look,
his biceps, look at his, so
I'm gonna say this.
it happens, people.
God put us here first. He knew we was gonna tend to them fields, and he knew we was gonna be out here doing what we had to do without no shirt on because it's gonna get hot out here in some of these summers. He knew what he was doing when he gave us that. Y'all messed up and took that forbidden fruit, and you had to come along and take a rib, a whole one, to get
Ooh,
to mimic us to get put out here. That's what happens. We get to wear the shirts off. You get to wear the shirts on. I'm just saying. That's all I got to say. That's all. I don't know about that.
hey man, hey man. Listen,
That's
man,
just
that's a
real.
touching topic. You know what I mean? And we gonna continue that on a later note,
On a
man.
later
But
note.
you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? But listen, man, it's your boy Dude and my guy P. You know what I'm saying? And we here, man, just to drop this knowledge on y'all, man. Talk some shit at times, man. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure if you don't do nothing else, hit that subscribe. You know what I mean? Show us some love,
Yeah.
man, out there, man. Like we gonna bring it to you consistently, but we always want to leave you with something at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, and I wanna hit first, man, because I'm gonna let Pete close it out. You know what I'm saying, without his co-host. But listen, man, I want to give y'all a little inspirational word for the day, man. You know what I mean? If we don't do nothing else, man, motivation is everything, man. I have I have a buddy of mine, and he always said we always say that, right? And it's everything, man. And every day you have to find that motivation, whatever it may be, whatever it may take. We get tired. We all get restless. We all get tired at times. We get tired of routine, the same routine over and over. We wish life could be different every
Yes,
day,
sir.
right? And it is different. You just have to find those attributes where they exist. But listen, man, motivation is everything. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. The most valuable thing in life you could waste is time. And
Time.
with that, man, from your boy, Dude, we love you, man. Who that, baby? Before I go, I don't care what nobody say. Care about y'all say, oh, your team suck. Don't worry about it. We be back. We'll be back and we'll be strong. But that, your boy is out, man. I love
And we,
y'all out there. P gonna close us out, baby. But
yes,
listen, man,
sir.
till our next episode, I'ma let it roll. But don't trip.
Yeah, man. Thank you for visiting the Delete That podcast, man. Like your boy Dude said, man. Share, like, follow, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We on TikTok. We on Twitter. We on Twitch. We on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We on Instagram. Leave us a message. Drop a comment below, man. We're gonna do what we do, and that's how we do it. You feel me? P and Do, Delete That podcast. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Slim on the beach. If you need any music, tracks, anything for your podcasts, videos, anything, short films, holla at my boy, man. He got you. Sugar Slim Speaks on Instagram all
Shout
day.
out to Sugar Slim, man. Peace. Appreciate you for the track, man. Appreciate you for the love. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button. We love y'all out there, man. Peace up. And as they say,
Peace.
A-Town what? Ah,
And if you don't like it, delete that.
delete that.